Testing. Okay. That was a little bit weird. For some reason, the mic got a little bit disconnected in Streamlabs. But it looks like it's working now. I was planning on just taking a minute to check stuff. I just do need to check if the put that on pause. If the stream itself is working. Let's do that. Excellent connection. Okay, fantastic. Cool. I've just made some fresh coffee. Oh, I need it today. My kitty cat was, I guess, chasing a moth, and in the kitchen I have an ultraviolet light to attract moths, because I often leave the kitchen window open to make sure that it's airy and spacious and that sort of stuff, and there's no nasty smells and so on and so forth. But it does let the moths in. So yeah, and it looks like she was chasing a moth and knocked down off the top of the cabinet the ultraviolet light, which then fell onto the draining board and got something wedged in between, which then tripped all the fuses in the house. So when I woke up, and I was very confused that nothing was on, and yeah, that was why. So there was that. Yeah. So it's been a few days since I streamed. It's summer holiday for the Rugrat, and yeah, we've been doing a few things there. I have been trying to do some things in the background, and it's been a little bit painful because GeForce Now with Space Engineers basically sucks balls. I've done a number of sessions. I've recorded some content, intending to stitch it together, and I've been going happily along, and then suddenly it will tell me that my connection is spotty, which I'm pretty sure that it's not. I've got a gigabit connection, low latency, it's fiber. I do other stuff at the same time, and it's not an issue. But it says my connection is spotty, and okay, it closes out. And then when it loads back up and I can start a new session, I've basically lost all of my progress. All of it. And I put in a couple of sessions, I put in like 4 hours, working this out, cutting back the rock and that sort of stuff, and yeah, then it's totally gone, and I've had to start from scratch, which is a very, very annoying, as you can imagine. On the bright side, I have iterated and improved on the overall design, and I had tried a couple of other things along the way, but yeah, this is what I've ended up on. So what I've ended up on is this. So this is the frame that you see at the bottom here. This is divided into 10 by 10 grids. Okay, it's quite a big ship. And then width-wise, it is 20 blocks wide. Depth, not depth-wise, but not length-wise, maybe depth-wise. Depth-wise, it is 28 blocks long. And then length-wise, it's something like 44 or 48, that kind of number, which kind of poses a problem for building it. And I did some math, like just some rough back of the envelope type math, and just using Bob to build the ship, which makes the construction process in many ways a bit simpler, because you don't need piston arms, you don't need welder walls and that sort of stuff. Back of the envelope math tells me that it takes about 4 hours to build. And while that is kind of fine, know, we are being attacked every so often by space pirates. There is actually a space pirate placed over there, a hidden station that we need to go and take out quite soon. It's still quite a long time, and I thought, you know, we can do better than that. So what I've done is we've got a welder wall at this end. I was trying to figure out whether the welder wall should be at which end, but considering the occasional space pirate attack, which if we have our ship, our main ship, in the right place, it's not a big deal. But it's safer if we have the welders at this end. And then I thought about having welders that run a piston that came in from one side, came in from the bottom or the top, and then considering the kind of logistics of coordinating the pistons and so on and so forth, I decided on the rotor approach. So basically we have a conveyor tube coming down here from our main base into this infrastructure, plumbed underneath what is going to be the decking, and then coming over here to the welder wall, and then it's split up into the individual welder arms. I've got a piston here just so I can adjust the distance between the welders and the windows a little bit. Actually, is that actually set distance? Oh yeah, I need to turn those up. I set the distance, but I didn't adjust the velocity. Let's just put those into position. Hopefully I got the number right, and it's not going to smack into the glass. It shouldn't do. It should just be close, but not touching. There you go. So they're on. So there's pistons there just to adjust the distance between the end of the welders and the glass itself. The glass is pointing in this direction. So this is a zero surface here. And then we have a piston arm. Now you have, I think, two options when it comes to using a welder wall. You can have a ship that you attach the projector to, and you kind of pull the new ship, the welder ship, out in this direction. Or you can use something like pistons. I went with the piston approach because I've had a little bit of issues before with the weight of ships and having enough thrust to move it. And considering this is a fairly large ship, I wanted to get rid of that issue. The ship itself does have a merge block on the end, and it's got a connector just underneath, so we've got that set up over here. Here's the projector for the ship itself, and then these are basically pistons. It needs 10. I think I got it was 10 to do it, which means it has to come back out quite a long way, so that we can pull the ship out. And then I needed to make sure that we had enough clean rock surface for building this shipyard. So I used the drill and fill system to do that, along with the Ganymede incinerator, which we can actually get rid of those now. Just left them in for the description. Discussion of what we were doing. I did just have one, but because I kept on losing my progress because of crappy G-force, that I'm pretty steamed actually about this. I'm not someone that gets steamed easily, but yeah, I got pretty steamed about it, and I'm still. It's going to take a while for that to go. You know, losing progress is not great, but losing progress so many times and then blaming it on my connection is just it's a poor excuse. So yeah, that's energy where we are at. So that's the reasoning. That's why things are the size they are. I put the grid down on the ground as an outline just so I'd have an idea of the perspective and make sure that I was mining in the right places for clearing stuff out. And then there's a few quality of life things. So, you know, I put up this sort of platform so we can kind of see the build. I use the new console blocks. I've got the buttons set up. So this side handles the rotors. They're going pretty slow at the moment, but we can tweak that as we move forward. This side is for dealing with the pistons, and these are basically on-off buttons for the what's that, projector, the pistons, and the welders. If we look at build insights, do I still have it? Yeah. You can see that everything's plumbed up. Yeah, the building site is really an awesome tool. So that's all good. And then, so we have these consoles here. We've got a survival kit and a container just so we can kind of, you know, look after our energy, oxygen, and thruster juice. Hydrogen is not an issue. I've got a medical up here as well, because you can imagine that this took some time to to get up and running. So I was annoyed with kind of constantly running back to the main one. And I built a little platform here which lines up with the ship once it's fully been built and this has been retracted. And all I did is basically when I started building these pistons out, they were all retracted. I turned on the projector. I used that to double check that my distances were correct. And then, yeah, it was. So I built the platform. And this will end up as probably a dock for the ship once it's been done. So yeah, everything's done. The other thing that we've done is we looked for any wrecks, you know, anything that kind of passes nearby, we've taken out. And then I spent some time going around looking for the wrecks and then looting them. What was that? Oh, just a nomad. Yeah, looting the wrecks and then bringing everything back. So if we look over here, and we look at we've got components. I thought we had more than that. Yeah, we've got 2 full industrial containers. So I'm not sure that's going to be enough, but you know, we have a combination of the welders for doing the gross structure of the ship, and we have Bob in place as well. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to christen this shipyard. I'm going to call this the Hairy Beast, the Hairy Beast Shipyard, because it has been a little bit hairy getting things up and running. Let's turn on the projector. Hello? There we go. No, that's off. Come on. Don't be shy. Oh, that is off. Because I have show only buildable on there, just so it stops the projection from kind of sweeping in on us. Okay, the pistons are fine where they are. Let's turn the welders on. Now there is a 1 block gap in between these 2 rotating arms, which might not be enough for the first block, ironically. We've got some steel plate, let's get some interior plate. I can't actually remember what I need for the first merge block. This is fully extended, so I think my math was a little bit off when it came to this. But there you go. The welders are kicked in. Bob is also going to help. It's turned off for build new. It's only turned on for partially constructed blocks, at least one component in there. So the window is going to stop the items from being built that are too close to the welders, I think. That's the overall plan. And I decided that I wanted to build the engines first. There's also some jump drives there. But yeah, cool. Looks like it's going. As this arm swings around, it should start building out some of those things that you see here. Nice to see stuff actually coming out of this thing. We don't really have a great view here. I think the console placement wasn't really in the best of places. Let's see if, yeah, looks like this is building out. I'm really excited about this ship. It looks absolutely fantastic. I did open the blueprint in creative mode so I could get an idea of the dimensions. So that's why I got the 20 by 28 by 40 something number. Okay. I'm not sure about the speed of these things. I don't know if they should be faster. It's been that thruster section. That's looking good. The Calypso has all three thruster types. So it's got hydrogen, iron, and atmospheric. Wow. Finally coming to life. I might have to do that myself. And then Bob will finish it off. There we go. And then we can plug it in and lock it. So that as the batteries start being built and so on and so forth, then it should be good. So here we go. Kind of hoping I've got the things in the right place. And I kind of knew that would happen. Go in here. Because they kind of bug me every half hour or so. Guns on. And we're not connected to anything. Where are you? Spat hunter. There you go. Come on. So yeah, you know, those things aren't really much of a bother. These only have little ones, so we're not gonna go after the wreck too much. And we'll just put this one here as a bodyguard for the shipyard. Tiny bit of excitement. So you're good. You're good. Let's go back. Yeah, I'm not really. So I'm thinking about the rotors, and just thinking. So the guns are still on. Anything that kind of comes nearby is going to get blasted. There's the end. So stuff is still being built. Yeah, so this, I'm thinking about the rotor speed here. as I said, like we do have Bob that's going to go in and kind of fix up stuff that's not quite complete and, you know, what might be missed by the welders. You know, it sometimes happens. That's one of the great things about Bob, really. You know, especially when it comes to kind of bigger ships. So while we see the welders kind of working, and I hope they are actually working and not scraping against the mirror, I might actually bring them back a touch. Not the mirror, the window. One maybe. There we go. It definitely looks like stuff being made. Same on this one. So we're using the maximum distance, and then allows us to fine tune the velocity, and you know we don't have to try and hit it on the nose. But I don't hear the clang, clang, clang of new stuff being built, so I'm not sure if it's just taking a while to build certain things or not. But let's come over here, and we can. What are you? Retract. I think it's this one, and then this one. So that's retracting it a little bit. So we're retracting and then stopping. Can't actually tell if they're actually moving. What's the velocity? Yeah, they are moving. So they move back, and then I've stopped them. Cargo containers, that's something we need, we want. So it looks like a few things that are missed there. Okay. Might just be because I wasn't in exactly the right place. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Bob and adjust the area that it is effective in. It's on. Where are we? Show area. And I don't want it to extend in that direction. Too much. Okay, this is a mistake with my placement of bulbs. Okay, so I'm doing that so I can see where's the labels. Where's the labels? Ah, up here. On the side, I'm not seeing labels. Bob, what are you doing, dude? Okay. So we'll leave the offsets where they are, but we'll decrease the width to 50. the... let's make this 50, 50, and 100. And then hopefully that'll give us an idea of where it is. And we want to make sure that it's not over this side, not past this mirror. If I come out and look at it, I can see that the longest side is there. So that's okay. Let's bring one of those down. One of the 50s. Okay. I'm guessing height is the one that we need to do. So let's make that 20. Okay, yeah, that's the one. And then the other dimension, which is what, depth. We can probably make this 70. Okay, so that goes all the way up now, and it's inside the mirror. You know, we can tweak it a little bit so it's over there a bit more. It's the 20 size, so let's give it 25 maybe, or 30. Okay, so that's still, yeah, that's still inside. That's okay. Now we can shrink down that 100 a little bit, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter as long as we're kind of safe. And then I'm gonna copy those settings because then we can use them on the other bobs. And then we can change this to, where are you? Build new. Okay. And they are plumbed into the infrastructure. Okay. Let's go and put that on the others. Let's turn off the area first, because then as I apply it to the other ones, it's we can double check. So area is off. Okay. Well, one way around. That's the area for this one. Overlapping space, and we can actually make this one wider, so we can catch up with the others. Can I access it from here? Yes, it was this one, I think. Yeah. Bring that back. Actually, maybe even a bit more. One. Can I move? So let's go and have a look at that. There we go. Okay, that's good. I think things are moving along, so let's adjust the pistons again. retracting. Are you actually moving? No. Because your velocity is this one. It should be moving. Oh, velocity is. It's okay, I didn't break anything. I don't think. Okay.
Energy low.
So yeah, here we're using a combination of Bob and the welders just to kind of get things moving along. So that is still, should still be moving, just fairly slowly. Still wondering about those rotors. Maybe they need to go a little bit faster. What do I have here? Second one. We should be increasing the speed a little bit. Let's see how that goes. Let's check on pistons. 9.4. Oh, they're off. There we go. I think that's still too fast. 0.0. Let's try that. I think this needs to go faster. Let's check what these look like. I would have kind of expected them to move a bit faster, but yeah. Do you think they're still too close? I think it's the pistons are moving too fast. One's by a factor of 10. Let's see if that helps matters. I see more work by Bob really at the moment. I'm not too worried about those jump drives because they're they suck up resources. So they always take a while to build. So I'm happy that Bob finishes those things off. Now this ship has several subgrids. It's got 5 subgrids on it, and there's a launcher that's part of the game, but it's just in the XE folder, the bin 64 folder. Which is the Space Engineers launcher. Normally when you run the game through Steam, it just runs Space Engineers. But if you run the Space Engineers launcher, basically it comes with a plugin loader. Now this is the new plugin loader, not the old version of plugins that they've deprecated. And if you run the plugin loader version, you can install plugins. And they have their own interface for browsing plugins and discovery and that sort of stuff. It doesn't use Steam, it uses Git directly. Which is, if you're not familiar with Git, it's a source control mechanic that they have. And there's a plugin for projector subgrids. And basically, what type of ship is Calypso? It's an exploration ship. I can bring it up here through the... there should be a link in the description of the video as well. This is it. Let's open it in Workshop, which will pause the game for you if you didn't know. So this is what it looks like. It's a really, really cool ship. It's got multiple hangars, it's got a shipbuilder inside that can print a 5x5. It's got, it uses rotors for the this engine here, the one at the front and at the end at the back. And it's pretty stable. I tried it in a creative world that I have, and yeah, it was working really well. It's got you can read from the description what it's got. So 2 large refineries and 4 assemblers. And the reason I like the ship, or I want to build the ship, is because it helps us build out bases. So we can use it for building up mining bases and that sort of stuff. Our combat ship, the main ship that we have, it's not going to replace that. But this dude is what we use for pirates and for the enemy factions and that sort of stuff. Fantastic at its job, agile, fun to use, can handle a lot of aggro. 2 or 3 ships at a time it can handle without any problems. But it's absolutely awful in atmosphere. Now you can land and escape, but yeah, it just uses, you can only land on your rear thrusters or the rear thrusters. So it's just a pain in the ass. In earlier videos you see a couple of things that we've done with it, but in terms of carrying stuff around, I'll have to stuff 10, 15 cargo containers, normal size ones inside, and yeah, salvaging the wrecks of the space pirates that we've been doing, or I've been doing over the past few days. I'm getting 2 million tons per ship, because they're often heavy armor. And it's just, I have to build a large cargo container at the rear port. Yeah, it's just, yeah. And then I was looking around for different options, and at some point I want to build a big ship myself from scratch. But I still feel like there's a lot to learn. And then I saw this, and I thought, oh wow, that's really cool, really nice. And of course I wanted to build it, so. And then that led to this shipyard being built. So I have a feeling we're kind of missing components. So let's have a look at build and repair. And that's going to tell us what we're missing. So yeah, we're missing this kind of stuff. Motors mostly. Yeah, see, and I've tried a lot of different ships from the workshop, and there's some really awesome looking ones, ones that are really attractive, but when you use them, you just fall on your face. They can't handle aggro. It's built by people who never play in survival. They only play in creative, which is fine, but you end up with a ship that can't do squat. And the moment you take any aggro, you crash and burn. So yeah. So we have a problem with motors at the moment, so I'm going to stop the pistons. And I need to make sure we can build some more. And I have a feeling we're short of... No, we've got nickel. Superconductors, of course we need, but we need motors first. Yeah. So I think there's a big gap sometimes between pretty versus functional. And I don't want a ship that just looks good. I want a ship that I can do stuff with. Okay. So I've paused the pistons while we build out some motors. Hoping we have enough stuff, but what I will do is while this is going, yeah, there's definitely stuff that's missing there. Bob will pick those things up, and then we'll finish out. I think I went too fast on the pistons for a bit. One of the jump drives is built out. I am a little bit paranoid after G-force cocking up my, excuse my French, but cocking up my saves so many times. I should turn that off. Let's go on to the interior of our asteroid, and I'm a little bit worried about nickel. So we're going to take this dude out. And this is a cool. Yeah, you're right. I agree. Like, creative is nice. I like the building ships in creative mode. You know, the mirroring that you can do. You know, it's much easier to try out different shapes and ideas. And you know, you're probably far better than me. But I'm not familiar enough with the different blocks to come up with a shape that is you know, interesting and has the right curves and that sort of stuff. So I'm still finding my feet with those things. Let's just check. We're empty. Uranium. I can't remember which way round this thing is. This is one of the PAM miners that I have. Whoops, that's the wrong button. Like all week I have been mostly working on that shipyard. Let's come here, make sure we get clear before we switch direction. And then nickel. The nearest one is in this What's going on with the batteries in this? It's telling me one of my thrusters is off. No. Okay. And what's going on with the batteries? Looks like the well, batteries weren't charging. Nickel, actually it's more over this way. Uranium. So we'll get Pam set up on this thing. We need to deal with that power station as well pretty soon. There's one that's pretty close. And I'm hoping this is the one that I found that was a ton of nickel, pretty easy to get to. This mine was another one from the workshop. Iron miner, can make nice big holes, got a decent load. It's set up already with Pam. Okay, the battery's on charge, that's the problem. Right vector, and now let's just be careful. So there's a mod that I use which shows you where you'll end up on your current heading. Which is good. That's the blue rectangle that you see directly ahead of you. Yeah, this nickel asteroid, or these nickel asteroids, were near a wreck that we salvaged, which was pretty handy. A couple of the wrecks were embedded in large iron asteroids. You're not always in the most efficient place where you end up, you know, when you put down the GPS marker. Sometimes you are off a bit. means you have to fart around a lot. Just make sure the ore detector is on range. And again, we use another mod for extending the range on the ore detectors. So with this mod, the range on this ship is 700 meters for detecting ore. Ship. Cool. Closer. Okay, that's probably good enough. And then, so that's the path. So it knows our home and it knows the path on how to get here. Now we can go down, set up a mining job. Let's turn on the sensors. Is that right? Did I turn on? Yeah. And now if we come out of our ship, you can see the sensor range, and that's what Bob will use for its current job. So we can look down here, and we can, the width and the height is probably okay, but the depth needs to be increased, so we can increase that now. Might be a little bit too much. And then you can come out, you can check if you're going to hit it. So here we're not going to hit it, but that's okay. So we've recorded the path, but we haven't necessarily recorded where we start mining from. So you can play with the camera. Get yourself lined up to where you want to be. Make sure you encompass. We're going to crash them for a minute. Encompass what you're after. The only thing to keep in mind is that the lateral movement, so up, down, left, right. Bob will come, not Bob, Pam will come back out to where we are right now as our drop-off point. So let's come down a little bit. We are going to go through this rock, but it's fine. Pam can handle that. That's probably good enough. And then the other thing I like to do is start position to be center. Keep the depth mode default. It has a special kind of ore mode that it can work with. So that's good enough, and then we can say start. And again, it's going to chew through this front bit of rock. I could have been smarter and come in at a different position, but to be honest, it's fine. And then Pam can handle stone in the inventory, and it will move to a drop-off position and drop off the stone. But we are going to get nickel on this run. Yeah. There you go. Pam's really good, so it works really, really well. And it's pretty hard to do the equivalent with the new AI box. Although I would like to try again. So it's at the drop-off position now. It's should be ejecting stone. Yeah. And you can set up Pam to drop in place, to go to a drop position, or to drop it on the way home. We did get a bit of stone here. As I said, if we were a bit smarter, we could have positioned ourselves not to go through that front bit of rock, but we're going to get a good bit of nickel. So, that's not a huge problem. And after it's gone through, so it tries to drop out the stone, and then it watches how much inventory space it has. Because it can't, it doesn't know exactly how much is not stone. It basically goes to the drop-off position, drops out stone, waits, and then once the cargo space is not changing anymore, it figures out if it's too heavy or if it can carry on. And it will also load up the drills and that sort of stuff. And all of these things are configurable. It's a really awesome bit of programming. It's not perfect dealing with aggro. It's set up just to go back home. And most of the time it's fine. So as long as you're taking a small amount of damage, you can usually end up back home. And then I've got build and repair, and so it'll fix up the ship. But then it won't start again until you tell it to. And most of the time that's fine. We would have got a little bit of stone, but not a lot, and now it's on its way back. So you need to be a little bit careful when you set up your GPS markers for resources and asteroids. So try and go to, when you find one that you like, try and find a space that has the exposed resource. Then set your GPS marker there, and that makes it a bit easier with PAM miners. Okay, so it's going to take us back. We're going along for the journey, and then it will come back on its own. The only downside with PAM is that it's a good side and downside. So the good side, it's really precise when it comes to things like waypoints and that sort of stuff, but it doesn't let you edit the waypoints. So if you're going to an asteroid and you end up going quite slowly because you're trying to find the right piece to start drilling on, it's recording those delays. So it's not quite as optimal as it could be. Telling me a light is off. This miner is great, but not all of the things are hidden as they should be. The spotlights are off. Let's clear up that. Clean up the thrusters while we're here. Let's make sure it's in the group. A lot of these things we don't actually need. Keep the objectives on there. Don't need the gyros. And the creator of this mod, he's got a so there's an iron version and also a hydrogen version. Reactors, keep them on the inventory terminal. Okay, so that's gonna take us back. Let's just clean up our bookmarks. Do that one. Keep home on there. I recently learned you can double click on the bookmarks to take them off, which is good. So what have you built recently, H1? Anything fun? Anything you're like really happy with? It's going to take a minute or two. I will freshen up my coffee on the way home. That's okay. Back. It's a nice sunny day here in Berlin. Got a little bit of a breeze. It's nice and warm. We're still red with this faction, so the Colby one. We hijacked a few of their ships at the very beginning of the series, so we'd have something decent to start with, and yeah, we ended up getting a bit of aggro from it. But it's their fault. You know, the ships were nice. So they had a jump drive, which proved really handy to get some resources pretty early, and a bunch of large cargo containers which were chock full of stuff. Ah, cool. Yeah, durable is a challenge sometimes. I was playing recently with I made a donkey, which is essentially a dumb hauler for pulling resources from a planet up into a station that I have around one of the planets. And I was trying to use the new AI blocks, and it was just not working out for me. So I ended up putting Pam on it, but it works. It's a nice little cargo thingy. But I will go back and try with the AI blocks because I've learned a few new things since then. What weapons do you prefer? I think most people kind of have a clique, you know, they resonate with one type of weapon and that's the thing they tend to use most of the time. Let me just close the window to see. Quite a lot of background noise today. I wanted to play with explosives a bit because I saw that if you use explosives on enemy faction ships, you don't lose standing with them, which sometimes is helpful if you want to pilfer, steal something they have.
Ship fuel low. Ship fuel low.
Yeah, we should be okay. Pam can handle recharging ships and refueling ships, so you know it knows about hydrogen, uranium, battery charge, and that sort of stuff. Let's see if this thing parks without any issues. Fingers crossed. This is sometimes where things go awry. And if everything's good, then we will hop out and see how the build is going. It was motors that we were mostly waiting on. I need to find a better way of docking that our main gunship. Ah, okay. I haven't seen the octabeam. This scenario comes with lasers, and there's a crystal that you have to mine to make it. I use the there's a Warfare 2 pack that I use for mostly for guns. It's got artillery, assault, Gatlings, and it's got turrets for railguns, and one rocket launcher, I think. But they're good. They look nice. Decent build, not overpowered too much. They do have greater range. Okay, let's see how this does. I'm gonna scrape. Gets a little bit excited, Pam, sometimes going through these things. Oh, okay. Passed the first test. Now the docking test. Gonna make it. Nice. Okay. So that's gonna auto empty, and it's also probably also gonna charge its batteries before it goes off for the next run. There's a mod I use for these doors, so there's an airlock mod. That means you don't have to use sensors and that sort of stuff. Let's turn off the building repair area. But one of the things I like about Space Engineers is that it's fairly easy to try stuff out. You know, it's not, you know, most of the things are not horrendously expensive. So you can try out some ideas and, you know, see how things go. And then if you don't like it, you can recycle. You know, the only thing you lose out on when you recycle is power cells and batteries. Why aren't you being built? Got enough plates? Is that because this one should be set to build new? That was the problem. So that'll fix the things that missed yet. Okay, so we one of the things I wanted is to build the engine section first, because I figured that would be kind of the most expensive to build in terms of pure resources like thruster components and that sort of stuff. We've been away. Let's see what's going on with this. And can we collapse a few things down? One thing about the building, the auto builder that comes with building repair is that it and can feel a little bit bitty. You know, we've got 11 here, 31 here, bulletproof glass. It doesn't combine those things down. It's a 1. So you have to go through and kind of tidy it up a little bit. Otherwise you can be blocked. Because their queue size is only 50. I'm not too worried about the superconductors. We've got one jump drive already. I think it's just for that. We do have access to gold, and we can go and grab some. Okay, let's take a look. So that's going to be thruster components. That's just steel. That's just inside the glass. Let's pull it out a bit more. Are you going to work this time? Maybe one. Are you moving? Yeah, just slowly. Maybe a little bit too slow. It's probably about a meter. So let's go and I decided I'm going to pull from the back first when I do manual adjustments. Are you on? You're not even on. What's going on here? I need to check that toggle. Ba-da-ba-dum. What? What's the wiggling? What's the don't do it. Bit of clang. Tensor lock is on. Just share tensor. It's off. Maybe I should pull from the back first. Why is that wiggling? Because of the thrusters. I need a terminal. Give me a terminal. Okay. You. This is where it kills me. Because the thrusters were on. Okay, so a look. Shouldn't be catching. There should be enough space. I think it was the I just think it's because the thrust is wrong. They all look off now. That has moved back a bit. It actually is looking fine for distance, but the speed is still. If they're off, make sure that the except you. Okay. Go back a bit. Moving. Yeah, Clang is your friend. No, I haven't. I did watch some videos that were based around some of the Expanse servers and some of the mods. That they have what is it? The Epstein drive looks pretty sweet actually. This mod comes with the what's it called? Super drive. I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, I'll take a look in a sec. Okay, they're on, moving. Speed that up a little bit. This feels too slow. Why aren't you the rotors going? What's going on down here? They're on. Increase the torque. Ah, okay, too much. Shit. Okay, and that's detached. Is that detached now? Pretty sure that's come off. Fudge. Okay, let's bring them back a little bit. 1.9. They're on. Okay, something looks like the that clang just now caused things to go oops. So yeah, I'd like to try the Epstein drives sometime. I'm not sure how the what to do now. Things have gone a little bit pear-shaped. So we'll come over here. They're on. Let's increase the velocity a little bit more. I feel that something has gone awry. It feels like something is stuck. That head is definitely bam-shanked. Bring that down to 0. This is the Ah, cool. I did take a look. I took a look at something around the Epstein drive, and I was having errors when I was trying to load it. And I think I was missing something around one of the dependencies it needs or something. Does it need a special type of fuel, or isn't there a reactor that you need? Let's see if I can figure out what's going on here. Displacement. What if I bring?
Energy low.
That's not going to help. It's attached. Box. If I increase this. Something Sean Hunt. So was it easy to set up? Was it easy to get running? Did you have any issues? And let me see if I can figure out what's going on here. So this looks like it's partially made. Let me turn the welders off. So I don't get fried. Yeah, this looks like it's partially made and it's inside the window. And I think that's really what's causing the problem here. So we can test that theory.
Inventory full.
By taking that out. That doesn't look like it's created. Is it moving? Okay, the distance is definitely different.
Inventory full.
Yeah, I think the problem. And now that's rotating. Okay. Which probably means that is that moving now? Yes. Okay. So let me turn the welders back on. Most just direct with hydrogen. Large one comes with a. Ah, cool. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have the same issue. Off. And then put the lock on. And then get rid of this.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
Okay.
Inventory full.
So this is causing me a little bit of anxiety. Because now it looks like the
Inventory full.
some things are actually built inside
Inventory full.
the welders.
Inventory full.
And stuff appears now to be blowing up. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I need to. Yeah, this is not going well. Okay. You are off. Velocity is 0. Okay. And where's my vertical displacement? Bring in. Forward. Back. it's already at 0? It's because these doors. Close these doors. Come on, dude. Step back in case ah, come on, that was the wrong one. Close. Really? Come on. Close. And you? Come on. Be shy. Okay. Let's make sure welders are off. Okay, so Bob is only going to do stuff that is beyond the glass. I need the pistons to pull it back a bit more. And then I have the same problem over this side. So the problem was that when it welded these doors, they were suddenly opened. Or closed, as it were. And that caused them to stick on the welders. Around. Come on. This is where the thruster suddenly comes to life. What's going on there? I think I'll give them a try. The Epstein drives and see how they work. It's a cool idea. Okay, so they're in. Need to make sure that we don't get clanged too much. I think that was the issue there. There's still a few things that come in this scenario that I've not tried yet. So I've got the reactor for making Croniacs, but I've not built any of the lasers yet, and I've not built the armor or any of that stuff. There's 4, I think. 1, 2, 3. The build planner doesn't always like things. Cannot withdraw 2 motors and 1 construction computer. 6 motors. 4. Okay. Now the other issue is that there's a lot of... This ship has a lot of hangar doors. So we're likely to hit this issue again. So clear of the thingies. I'm not going to turn these arms on until I think we have a bit more clearance. Are you still moving? 7 on. Just the speed is too low. Take off the tip. And they are on. Do I see you moving? They don't look like you're moving. Did something get stuck? Down here maybe? You're not made. You're not made. Stop you from being made. Do a save. And then see if we can put it back a little bit more.
Energy low.
Oh, your energy's low. No. That is not that's not moving. I'm not seeing the distance go down at all. I can go forward. It's not going back. I think it's the windows. Something's got caught onto the windows and therefore the whole piston's got stuck. So the best way to fix that, I think, is go to build and repair, turn off build new, so that should stop sending out or actually should I just turn them off? I think that's just filling out stuff that is half made. We've only got these two that should be working. So let's turn that one off. Because I want to get it clear before we get the welders back up. And we'll do yours down just in case. I know it's cargo container. Let's just do that. I don't see any more scooting around. And the welders are fine. Yeah. So I think I need to get rid of the windows for now.
Inventory full.
At least until
Inventory
things are
full.
free. I should turn off the pistons. I keep the tip one separate because that allows me then to, I think, to do some fine control. And yeah, we'll get rid of the windows.
Inventory full.
Until we're sure that the
Inventory full.
this clanger's gone.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
Okay. Those ones are gone.
Inventory full.
I think most of it is around the edge.
Inventory full.
But we shall. This one should keep
Inventory
floating
full.
up. Come on.
Inventory full.
Okay, we're done. We're done.
Inventory full.
You know, this is my first shipyard, so
Inventory full.
things aren't always going to work out.
Inventory full.
But again, it's Space Engineers.
Inventory full.
Why we do it?
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
1, 2, 3 more. Okay.
Inventory full.
I'm also wondering if I put the
Inventory
windows
full.
the wrong way around.
Inventory full.
I put them with the gap facing towards the welders, and maybe I should have done it in the other direction. Ah, good. Good to know.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
There's a streamer I watch, Wellington, Future Wellington, and Wellington 6012, I think is his other account. And he's awesome with you know, curves and shapes with armor blocks and windows. He ran a similar scenario, and he made a range of ships named after a prehistoric shark. And yeah, the stuff he did was absolutely fantastic. I couldn't even dream of doing stuff like that. That didn't work. So let's try now. On, off. Okay, that's working. So let's make it tiny again. Okay, and let's see where we are. Yeah, Wellington's good. Always optimistic. You know, he's had some spectacular crashes, and you know, he's always has a bright outlook on things. So it's very inspiring. Okay, so that's working. That's working. This looks like it's clear. So now we can turn on. Rotor lock is off. Velocity is speed this up a little bit. 1.5. Okay, that looks like it's walking a little bit. Apparently it's moving. But it's behaving like it's stuck on something. It says the angle's moving. Let's bring the velocity down. Yeah, yeah. I think it. Yeah, it depends on how. I think it depends a bit on how you build, how you see things. Like Wellington, he tends to build from the outside in, so he kind of goes for a. You know, he thinks more about the shape of things. You know, puts in things like some of the main things like engines and that sort of stuff, but then he focuses a lot on skin. Because he also creates some mods and scenarios and that sort of stuff. So I think that's just like how his brain is wired. But like you, I think it's like I tend to work on the more functional aspects, and then go back and then work on the periphery a bit more. So let's turn that on. Okay. Okay, so that's working. That looks like it's freed up. Let's go and put Bob back on. I'm only going to turn these two on. I like more flowing curves, but then I also get stuck on some of the transition blocks. Okay. I don't like how that's wobbling. Is there a displacement? Can I bring that in? Lock is off. Lock is on. It says the angle is moving, but $229.41. No, it's stuck. Well, let's put that to 0. Off.
Energy low.
And its distance is 0, so that's okay. Yeah, I think I'm also a bit of the same. It's like, you know, you start out with something and then it's like a feedback cycle, isn't it? Feedback loop. Stuck as well. 1380. Yeah, I think we're stuck as well. Off. I need to bring this out a bit more. Feels like something's a little bit stuck. Yeah, something's stuck again. Maybe 4, 15.1. What's the best way to unstick this? What if I change the rotation to stuck. Okay, you look like you're made. What if you're made as well?
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Okay. And then maybe up here as well. The welders are off. So maybe I won't get fried. Rotor lock off. I don't see this moving. Definitely feels stuck. Let's leave that there and let it settle a bit. And what else could it be? It's the welder. Really stuck. I don't see anything else kind of touching. The only possible thing is up here. What about you?
Inventory full.
Like you're clear as well now. Apart from maybe up here. There's something. Are you going to move this time? Velocity. Okay, you're moving. So let's get this clear. Get this down to I don't know, 2. And let's take a look over here now. Should be a lot of clearance now. Yeah, there is. Okay. That's good. And are you now gonna move for me? Red lock is off. Lock is on. Velocity. Moving. I think I'm going to have the velocity up a bit higher this time around. I do have an idea for a big ship I want to build. I want to build a modular capital ship that has a spine that's pretty simple. Maybe just like a conduit, a walkway or something, and then has 2 or 3 dockable main components to it, and then one would be kind of more industrial, one would be more of a a fighter, frigate, cruiser style thingy for combat, and then the other one would be, I don't know, probably manufacturing. I'm not quite sure yet. And then have the the whole ensemble kind of come together, and then depending on the scenario where you are, you detach a component, and then you can go and attack a station, or you detach a component and go and build a base. So that's what I was wondering. Well, that's the idea, the concept. So copy that. Paste that in here. And moving. Okay. Not moving. Still a bit slow. I would like it to be faster. Fast is good. 2, let's go to 4. Faster? 8? Would that be too fast? Eight rotations a minute. Doesn't sound like a lot. Let's bring it 12. That's 1 every 6 seconds. 12, 6, 10 seconds. No. 5 seconds. That doesn't look like 12 revolutions a minute. Let's see. Okay. And let's put the welders back on. I see an issue. Let's just save. Freaking out a little bit. And let's also turn on Bob. You are on. Let's build new. No, build. No, build new is not on. Oh, it turns you off. On fly mode. That's right. That's right. I don't want to do build new. It should build stuff that is partially made. Although actually build it build new should work because it's the area is defined. Hey, great. Thank you. That's what I need. Big one. When Space Engineers 2? That is a good question. I have no idea. The next update, which kind of feels like it's going to be fairly soon, is this new faction and this new prototech resources and components and that sort of stuff. They've demoed some V-Rage 3, which is the engine that Space Engineers has built on, a few times, and it looks okay. It looks interesting. Ah, fudge. Okay, that's gonna put a cramp in my day. Okay. Yeah, that was the risk with it. But all is not lost. But yeah, I should have protected the end of it. Okay, and this is why I built the engines first. Let's turn off the rotors. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, so, Chem, no idea. They've not announced anything at all. Detached. Completely. How is the projector on? I don't have a battery, do I? Is it somehow welded to... Did I put a battery on here? No, I didn't. Oh, maybe there's a battery on the thingy. Already been made. Let me think. Can I access this? What? Get out of the way. Yeah, the space pirates keep on sending the big ones to come and play. And we can handle them, but they still do some damage. Dampeners. Okay. Let's have a look. Ah, the projector. Oh no. That's not the Shipyard line. That's the Calypso projector. Ooh, that means that's on. So if I stabilize the wreck and maybe put the landing gear in the right place, then we can just turn on this projector and it will it'll solve our problems. So first of all, we need to get rid of this momentum that we have. Have you heard anything, Kem, about when Space Engineers 2 might be out? Or are you just hoping for some intel? I wish I had some. I don't. Okie dokie. So, one mod that I do have, that I quite like, is it's been very useful for salvaging, has been the maglev stuff that I have on the back of this ship. So what we do is maneuver ourselves to catch this. Roughly line up with that thing. Down, forwards, we've got some clearance. Trying carefully not to clang into the thingy. I use that to align myself with. Okay, I'm going to do more. Hopefully not smack into the guns. Is right. Okay. And now we can back into lock? Yeah, move a lock. Unlock, unlocked. Oh, unlocked. Good. Okay. So the maglev stuff basically is something from Ganymede Engineering Studios, some workshop for space engineers on Steam called Ganymede Engineering or something. And they have a few things that are pretty cool. One of which is these landing gear that I have, which are maglev landing gear. They have different ranges by which they're effective. These ones are 3 block. So yeah. So there's the landing gear. So problem is going to be that I think the Calypso thinks that it's a station. So we're going to go out and I'll keep the conveyor on there for now. Oh, move mouse. Let's have a look. Can't see the mouse on it for some reason. Oh no, I think this is a ship. Okay. Let me just double check something else. Check these. I may just lock this thing off because I don't think we're going to use it now. Kind of give me the option to convert to station. So what I'm thinking about doing is that because the projector on the ship itself has been created and it's all set up, then I think we can build it from that. So I was going to take this thing over, land it back into the shipyard, turn on that projector, and then just let Bob do the rest. Which means
Inventory full.
And let's go over here. Build and repair. On. Make sure building is off. And set it to grind before well. And that should clear up this junk, and just to be sure, we'll paint it the colour. It's a pretty pink colour, which my daughter chose for me. Let's paint that. Oh, great. Let's paint them all. I'm going to be slightly logical about it and do it from this end. So we've captured it, and the thrusters are there, and considering we have batteries, technically I think we can fly it in. But let's use this ship if we can. I don't have a tug. I wish I had a tug that I could use. I guess a good bit of a miner I could repurpose, which would be smarter. But at the moment, I just want to kind of get it into the dock. Okay, so should we set my camera landing gear on here. But Ken, I don't know if you've seen the latest newsletter from Space Engineers or the latest video, which talks about the new content that's coming. And if you look at their channel, there's also something they posted a few days ago talking about VRH3, which is the engine that they use in the game. So we're going to get this close. Think about doing is once this is close and kind of out of aggro range from any space pirates that might jump in, is convert. I've got another miner that I'm not using at the moment because it's hydrogen powered, and yeah, it's just annoying. Is converting that miner into just putting something magnetic on the front and using that as a tug. But before I do any of that, I need to just give me a sec. I need to close the shutters in where I'm sitting because I have some light coming through the window, and yeah, it just makes it hard for me to see. There we go. Okay. Where are we in relation to? Okay. And then forward to get the side of things roughly aligned. Okay, that looks good. Although that looks wonky now. I'm going to crash into that pipe. Probably. Let's go and fix that first. Oh. Okay. So when it got knocked loose, it looks like some of the welders were still doing their best to fix it up.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
Okay, so we got some landing gear here. Let's get this down. Well, this is survival, so stuff is going to go it's going to go awry. If we wanted an easy life, we would just go into creative. To be honest, I can't really see very well. I wish they would work on the camera a little bit. Because it's not always easy to see what's going on. really get rid of that thing that I've got as well. Given the size of this thing, I think that's should be okay. Problem is, the bottom of the ship's going to crash into the thingy. That's okay. This is engineering. We can figure it out. Okay. So we're close, and we've dropped the we've dampened the velocity. So now what we're going to do is we're going to side door here. This thing. Just check.
No fuel.
Yes, because you're off. Okay. You're full of hydrogen. What we are going to do is we're going to...
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory
Scared
full.
the shit out of me. Go with hazard yellow. It's only a passing faction ship. Well, what's going on? Take some of that out. Production. Yeah, my guns love having a pop at the passing faction. Let's use landing gear. Grinder. Motors again. Appear to be the bane of my existence at the moment. While we're here. I'm not going to faff around with these things too much at the moment because I just want to get the ship situated back into the docking bay. I do need those motors to be built. Can't remember how many. 10 should be enough. Still long before building repair comes by. Is that floating there? Why is there something floating there? Ah, it's because it's the something I was working on before. Make sure the tanks aren't on fuel. Through here. Yeah. Back. Somewhere around here, maybe. Landing gear by default should be on auto lock. Usually I come in too fast. Okay, looks like we got connection in 2 of the feet, which is good. Now the question is, do we have enough thrust to move it? Let's move this thing. Ba-da-ba-dum. Okay. Lock. A little bit of height. So how are we looking here? So we need to rotate a bit more towards this side, and then to bring it down until it's close, and then we'll build a quick little landing area for it. So we want to move over this way. Can I rotate? That's not getting much confidence here. Yeah, the camera zoom is a bit of a... Feels like we are moving. But what do we have for gyros? Just do. So we can move it, but we can't rotate it. I don't think we have. Oh, maybe it is moving. What do we got? So we need to come down. How far? One. We can use this side here. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, which is 10 meters. Get a better angle on this. Not easy. Oh, there you go. Okay, that should be enough for us to figure out if we have something for those landing gear to attach to. Which we won't, but you know that's okay. We can easily build something. Okay, so that's plenty. And then same. Okay, that should be okay. Now I'd like to make it more level, but there's not enough gyro on this thing. Okay, we've got one locked. There's no hydrogen in these tanks, so that's okay. Okay, that's done. That's good. Good job, little donkey. Donkey, I keep on using that a lot. Let's do the landing gear first. Gears. Okay. And let's bring this guy. Let's keep it nearby, but not too close to stuff, because it likes to explode. Okay. Okay. Already shorn in half. All right, it wasn't blown up. So this is basically half constructed when we got attacked. So you know that's fine. Let's get rid of this. That was only really there for measuring anyway. I was building the shipyard. Okay. Now, what is the... So we're going to use Bob. We're not going to go back and use the welders. So we need to turn Bob into, all of them into build new. Okay. And we need to switch. I want to switch the projector so that it shows the entire ship, in case we need to move things around. So let's have a look. So there's the whole ship. The projector that we're using is the one that we put in place. So looking at this, it looks like we have enough area for this to be built. Now I just want to go through and check that these things are actually going to work for me. I need to adjust the area on them, because this before was only restricted. This is restricted because we didn't want to build in the behind the windows. That's good. This one as well. These are the two that we messed with. Building is there. Offset. Good old Bob. Or bar. Oh, you're off. Okay, and let's check this one. You're off as well. Build new set. The area should be good. Yeah. So how many do we have? 4. Okay, cool. That's good. That's building. It's not quite straight, but it's good enough for now. And we can always adjust it later. So it's 3:30 Berlin time. We'll see how long this takes to build. And then while this is building, we will just check if the other Bob is going to help out. On. Check build new. Okay, build new is on. Okay. So that is good. Now the other thing that we can do, and I still need to build another dock for this, because before I was docking in this area, but that's not going to fly anymore. I had a temporary dock over there, but since then I've put these guns in, these rockets. I did start putting something in, but then NVIDIA crashed on me, and yeah, swearing ensued. And so what I did, like after it crashed for like the second time in 10 minutes, blaming my network, which I know for sure is not the case. What I did is I published the scenario to Steam Workshop, deleted my personal playthrough of Areas at War that I'd done before, and then loaded it onto my local machine. So I'm not using GeForce Now at the moment, and I'm really ticked off with NVIDIA. Horribly long connector, but it should be good enough. The issue is going to be motors, which we can go and address now. Okay, that's good. There you go. Bob's going to be busy. I'm really excited to have this ship, this Calypso, up and running. Iron? What? We got tons of iron. Oh, we had tons of iron. Yeah, we have a lot of iron. Refinery, they're processing nickel, but we've got iron ready to run. Inventory management. What's the issue? Assemble, that's primary. I don't want that, I want this. Okay, looks like it got a little bit confused. Let's take all this stuff off, because it will it'll get relisted if it needs to be. Don't we have plate? Yeah, we got 50k plate. Why is plate on there? What is setting that? That's going to be the okay, I can't remember its name, but I remember where it is. That is you. Did I name it? I did not. PB, build and repair, auto craft. You can go off. Because you're messing up with my my system. What is that? Turn that off as well. That's more like it. We'll do it a little bit by hand for now. Let's get these things. That just needs the motors. Oh, we have some on us. We need more than that, of course. You're building stuff as well. Let's get rid of this. And you should be in cooperative mode. Okay. That's more like it. Given how close that was to us, I imagine that's Bob. Ba-dum. What's slowing it down is that it was all being managed by Izzy's inventory management before. Actually, that's going to be wrong. Let's take out that, and it's nickel. That. That should speed things along a little bit for us. So let's get this built, and then we can dock our big ship up, resupply with ammo, and also then our build and repair components, modules, whatever you want to call them. Will help out. This is coming along. Still played. Confused why it was building steel plate, considering we have 50k, 18k, so that's 70. Like there's 70k's worth of steel plate. Started at least. Okay. And then once the superstructure is in place, then the engines are done already, so we can at least move the ship around.
Energy low.
Ah, it's more like it. So if you're using build and repair, sometimes just like welding a few, and just using like one plate to do the to get the armor started, then it kind of kicks Bob into a gear where he will then go back and do the rest. So it kind of reminds me a little bit of a dance. The ship is not yet conveyed. It's not plumbed into the rest of our network. If it was, then we could use the welders, the auto repair welders, on the ship to help out. Save in case things crash. Okay. Plate. Bob is a godsend. If you don't use it, I recommend taking a look at it. A bit of a dance there. Yeah, the only problem with this is that it's mostly light armor, so we're going to need to be careful with in combat. Not that this ship is designed for combat, it does have some rocket tanks. I saw some Gatling guns around the outside. Front hangar, open hangar That looks really cool as well.
Energy low.
Okie dokie. Coming along. Plate. Again. Like that. Hopefully the pirates are going to give us a little bit of rest. Something underneath. Oh, maybe stuck. There we go. It was the part of the rotor. As I said, this thing does have subgrids, so this bottom part here, this ramp, there's two rotors. There's this portion here, which is a kind of landing, maneuvering thruster, and then another one back here. Plate in there, I think. So we can get the majority of the skin. Another plate. It's okay. Like, we have tons of steel, so I did do a chunk of preparation for this. are we looking now? Good. Coming along. This side is, a big chunk of this side is done. At least on the outside. Cheeky little door. Yeah. I do like these doors, I just wish they were bigger. Okay. Cool. Quite lined up with our little kind of docking ramp anymore. So for those of you that are joining, originally we started out with a projector attached to a piston, a welding wall, some spinning wheels at the back, and then we got attacked by pirates and it disconnected the piston, so we had to kind of bring it here and let Bob kind of work on the rest. So yeah, that was fun. Okay, we're going to check the build and repair now and see if it's complaining about missing stuff. Thruster components. I'm not worried about superconductors. Computers. Construction component. Doing motors at the moment. So computers. Construction component. What's the next big thing? I don't know what the high density cores are for. Large steel tube. Do we have a surplus of motors yet? Yes, we do. Just my guns poking a passing faction ship. Nothing really to worry about. Shoot and display. Now it was about 1,000 computers that were missing, so. Talking about here in the list. Control C, compare. Displays, construction components. Okay. That should be good. Oh, great. I was trying to be friendly with those guys. I don't really understand why that shot at them. Because we were positive or neutral. So it should be it shouldn't be targeted. Okay, let's go and find some more of the skin that might be missing. I think it's around the other side. Last looked. It's looking much better. Much better. Okay, so a majority of the outside looks to be complete in terms of the armor. There's some glass by the look of it. Okay, those guns are up. The batteries are mostly done. I think we can check inside in a second. I know the thrusters are working, at least the iron. There's no hydrogen in the tanks, so we can't use those. But we should be fairly close to. Might actually be able to move it. And if we can move it, we can get this. I've got this access ramp, and I got an access point here. It should align with that docking port, and we can move the ship to line up and then dock it, and then that will help. Start filling up the tanks, putting some ammo in the guns, which provides a bit more defense. There's the jump drives, but they're going to be missing. Grapple components. So it's mostly super practice. That's fine. We've got one. We did have one. Jump drive. Try the other side. But the gubbins looks mostly complete. I think we can get through. Can we get through here? I did take a quick look around, but like, look at this. Look at this beautiful ship. We'll get rid of most of these cryos because it's just me, so seems like a little bit of a waste. Rear hangar. It's not plumbed in, so there's no oxygen or hydrogen. I think we can get through. The rear hangar's there. How do we get through to? Where the jump drives are. Like, look at this. Pressurized hangar at the back. Bit of a view out of the windows. Some nice doors. It's really cool. The ship is pretty neat, actually. There's links to the ship in the description, I think. I'm fairly certain I put them in that, but YouTube sometimes. Doesn't quite get things right. So let's go through now to the, this section, the nice little open feeling walkway with windows and big skylights. A couple of beds, more computers that are missing. It's good. Now, a lot of the interior is a bit wasted again because it's just me. There's a bridge. So yeah, I'm super excited. I think this is the quarters. Yeah. Ah, cool. Thanks, H1. And it's definitely providing food support about things that I would like to incorporate in the ship. Okay, so let's go back and focus on components. While we're here, we'll also see access rear section. There's operations, which is where we just were. Engineering. That's where the refinery is. Go Okay, we're all upgraded. I haven't seen this section before. That's under the deck. Probably for the shipbuilder. What's missing from so that looks like it's the assemblies are made. Which, if that's the case, then it makes sense for us to get this thing docked. Cool. Plenty of hydrogen storage. Nice. Okay, let's get out because I also have a feeling that it's been a while since we've had any pirates come and play. And the last thing I need is to be disoriented like I am now. Worst case I draw. That's cargo. So it must have been on the side there. Maybe? Okay, I'm going to end up making a door. What's this? The pistons for the shipbuilder room. Okay. Not that I am lost, but I'm lost. I don't think there's a way out here. Come on. There's no gravity at the moment. This looks like it should be a door, but it's not. Batteries are low. That's what I was looking for just now. Yeah. Okie dokie. Okay, I am totally lost, so
Inventory
I'm
full.
going to go through the window. Okay, you can go off. You are already off. Cool. Okay. So, build and repair. Construction. It's about time. Okay. That usually big one. They're fine. Out of ammo. There is my one dot. we can look up to this and then sound it. So some guns on there, causing issues. Is that his guns or mine? Yes, his guns. If we come at it from the other side, we should be over your camera. There we go. Don't mess it up too much. I want some salvage. Now, because we're attached, the hacking computers are attached. And let's make sure that building repair is being a good boy. Don't help others. Grind enemy blocks, not main blocks. Okay. So the hacking computers will only hack blocks that are on, and there's odds per item type of success. So for instance, this hydrogen tank here, there's a 1 in 16 chance of being able to hack it. If it doesn't hack it within 10 attempts, it will move on to the next thing. This small reactor, there's a 1 in 50 chance of it being hacked. Gravity generator, 1 in 80. It goes higher. It's far from an I win ticket. It takes some time. So you still have to get past the defenses. But there's a good chunk of salvage here for building our ship. To be honest, they never really have much loot inside them. At least not these pirate ships. But they do have heavy armor. Often. More recently, when the pirates have been attacking, they have been coming in twos. Like, some are pretty easy, like sound blocks 1 in 5, sliding doors 1 in 3. I don't know what it is, 1 in 2. But I rarely see any anything the cargo holds. Okay, so that's ours now. I will make sure that the building repair build new removal. Then it's going to build from our projection. And I also need to make sure that the order is right into, well, so we get our ship repairs done. Because we have a bit of damage from that one. And that grid is ours. And we're going to give that a hand with it. I need to get it doing fast. I imagine I need to order something. So this ship here, the I can't remember, KDI, I think it's called. Yeah, this is the KDI Fianna class. It's in the style of ships from the Expanse, which I like. It's a nice ship, Papal 2, made by Papal 2. It's a nice ship, as I said. I like a lot of things about this, but it was all light armor. So I replaced the sections around the guns, the front of the ship, and the tail of the ship around the engines with heavy armor. And then I upgraded the guns with the guns from the mod that I mentioned earlier, the Warfare 2 ones, and I'll show you those in a minute. I need to get a drink and something to nibble on first. So while this is going, I just want to check the projector. Yeah, we're about 50 blocks, 60 blocks. Yeah, a bit of armor that needs to be repaired. We have 2 building repairs on our ship. But I need to get a drink, and I need to order some drinks. I've been streaming for 3.5 hours as well. So I'm going to take a break for probably an hour or so, and then catch up on a couple of things here, make some food, and then I'll be back later. This ship is just going to be salvaged, and we're waiting for the Calypso to be done. So I will stream again in an hour or two. Definitely again today. And hopefully by then the Calypso will be finished. It's not very interesting kind of watching Bob do his stuff. That's kind of helping out. So yeah, we'll take it from there. So thanks for watching. Please do like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to have content like this again in the future. It helps me out. I'm growing the channel. I'm trying to get more momentum, as it were. Thanks for the commentaries, Tim and H1. And yeah, thanks for watching. And I will see you again later today. Until then, take care. Ciao, ciao.